Greetings, ladies and gents. I hope everyone is doing well. How are you all doing this Thursday evening? Yep, Thursday. No worries, Cole Cameron. It's all about practice, and thank you for becoming a member, Lane. It is very much appreciated. Excuse me. Just waiting for people to start streaming in, pun intended, and then we can do some chit-chatting, some chin-wagging, some lollygagging even. I think YouTube is busy not sending out notifications, just to make life easy for everyone. Good morning, Anthony. I hope you're doing well. Just doing stuff on screens and stuff. I think the music just started. No, it didn't.
Big Wireless has once again raised their prices.
Stop playing adverts. More importantly, stop playing sounds. Shh, I don't want to get copyright struck. That's not good, Anthony, but I mean, it is good that the knee's doing well, but not good that the cold is making it worse. That always sucks. So here's a stupid design thing with YouTube. I just typed the Twitch link in, so I'm the last comment, and I can't click on the three little thingamabobbies next to my comment to make it a pinned comment until somebody else actually messages. Otherwise, the heart smiley thing is in the way. Very frustrating. Okay, there we go. I'll give the game I downloaded yesterday a try. I think we tried 2 of them. They didn't work. I've got the third one up and running. We'll see how it goes. If this is not tickling the right parts, then we'll move over to Last Epoch again. Greetings, Shadow Dragon. Hope you're doing well. Got a smudge on my glasses, just where the camera is. Yeah. Got a smudge on my glasses in a lot of places. I'm of the opinion, let your glasses get dirty enough that when you clean them, it's like a new set of glasses. You go from everything being blurry to crystal clear. Good evening, Peanut Gallery. I hope you're doing well. That's better. Here, let me sit properly. Getting too old for the gamer posture. Mika, voice is doing well. We're doing the recovery exercises every day, getting stronger. Yesterday we did a 3-hour stream with a bit of narration in it, so definitely getting there. Okay, calm down a bit on the music volume. Fair enough, old but not dead. I'm not sure, Lane. Don't think you can you, on YouTube? And that is very true, Jeremy. But I need to reduce the tension in my neck so I get less headaches. It's getting a bit ridiculous. Thankfully, I've managed it over the last week. Haven't been waking up with blinding migraines and headaches. So that's a plus. Yeah. Problem is, another problem, mild problem, is I bought a new chair, this chair. Got nice new wheels. Very, very, very not flexible. Spinny wheels. And I'm on a tiled floor, so I keep rolling back away from the computer. So I need to like wedge myself into the table. Excuse me. The peanut gallery, the easiest way to do that is send me a message on Reddit, give me permission, I'll add you to my list, and then it may or may not happen. That'll be the easiest way. And if you give me blanket permission, then you can write any story, and if it's popular enough and it catches my eye, then I can just read it. If you're that way inclined. Fair enough. I mean, there's a lot of procedures that go through the neck. I mean, I think the thyroid, which would be your one, thyroidectomy, yes. I have a family member who had the thyroid through the neck. But I don't think it was quite as wide. Because, I mean, this is now all scar tissue, as you can see. It's all healed. So this is no scabbing or anything. This is just a scar from here to here. But it was to be expected. I scar very easily. Thank you, Jean Donald. Much appreciated. No worry, Peanut Gallery. Good evening, Hodo. Hope you're doing well. Nice. At least YouTube is doing something for a change. Yes, but right. I know that this looks quite extreme. This is me looking from one monitor to the next. I think my setup is not great, so I have to swivel quite a lot too. Like I don't have to tilt my head, but desperation. Pretty much is the simple answer to how I got into narration. More complicated answer would be Leela, I'm recovering from throat surgery. Well, specifically voice surgery. Thank you very much, Jeremy. It's much appreciated. As for what got me into this, I was listening to a lot of horror stuff while I was gaming, mainly because, you know, it was narration on another thing, but I got tired of the no-sleep style of narration, and I thought, you know, it'd be cool if there was fantasy or sci-fi. And then a couple years later, I really needed to do something to earn some money, and then I remembered that thought, like, okay, narration, and I've been told once or twice in my life that I have a decent voice, so I thought, well, let me take a swing. It's the worst that happens. Doesn't work. What's the best that happened? It works. And it did. Thank you, Nina. It's been 22 days since the operation, and 10 days since the physio started. Thank you, Old But Not Dead, for the 5 gifted subs. It is very much appreciated. Yes, definitely. Make a funny thing, and I'll probably read it. If you make an hour-long fart joke, I'll probably read it. Just as a special note, the gifted memberships are not chosen by the gifter or myself. It is randomly given to chatters in the chat, who are now members in the chat. Yes, power indeed. Oh. Sneeze. Thankfully, I managed to hit that mute button in time so I didn't just blow everybody's eardrums out. Lane, I'm not sure you can in YouTube. Oh, you might be able to. I don't know how. I think you have to go into your account settings to change it. It's a ball ache. But, I mean, you're a consistent author. Yeah. So, I've narrated several of your stories, and most people have enjoyed them. Well, thank you for the kind words, Peanut Gallery. Alright, at Lane. There is the YouTube article on how to change your personal information. Not sure if that helps, but hopefully it does. You should be able to change your display name. So it will still be at whatever your old name is, but you can just change your display name, because I've done it. We were Aggro Squirrel at one point. We were Aggro Squirrel Narrates. We were Aggro Squirrel spelled incorrectly. We were Aggro Squirrels spelled incorrectly. I'll definitely try to get better with energy. I got liquor. So my wife was tired of me drinking bottles that looked like I was drinking urine. So now we're drinking urine still, quote unquote, still drinking the same stuff, but it's in a non-clear bottle. And it's a nice thermos. It's thermal mug. I don't know. Fancy. It's a multi-tool. She bought it at the camping shop. One of its functions is to hold liquid. The other function is to beat people to death with it. So, I mean, 2 functions, multi-tool. It's fair enough. Yeah, you can't change your email address, but you can change your display name. Doing okay, Grey Ghost. How are you doing? Talking about liquid. I don't think it's meant for hot liquids. That's why I wouldn't call it a thermos. It's plastic. So the top is plastic, so I wouldn't use this for any hot liquid. I think it's just to keep things cold. Thermos for me would be something you keep hot liquid in, or cold liquid. I suppose you could. But there we go. I'm glad that it helps, Jeremy. I really am. But I mean, that would be my just personal way of naming things. It could very well be called a thermos, and I'm just being a dumbass. At least it's not a, what was it called? What's those thermos things that were for tradesmen and now fashion objects that people are having fist fights over? I want to get one of those just for the sake of getting one. Just because it's funny. Stanley's, yes. Yes, that one. Yeah, fair enough. Look, I mean, the liquid I was drinking last night definitely looked urinish, sort of. It's that sort of yellow color. But it wasn't. That is not for me. Sure, but the lid and expansion would cause problems, would be my guess. Because this is all plastic. If it was hot, you'd have a pressure build-up and possibly melt the lid. That's why I wouldn't use it for hot things. I mean, yes, I agree, it should work for both, but the lid is the difference. Yeah, I'm getting there, Chris Smith. Chris the Smith. That's not a tongue twister at all. Doing my best. I actually honestly think maybe next week. We might be starting off Monday. Might do some little bit of narrating. And not much. We won't obviously start off full ball. But we will definitely, dip our toes in. So I've decided that I will be streaming this. So from Monday, maybe. We'll just put a maybe there. From Monday, probably 10 o'clock GMT plus 2, I will stream my creative process for making the narrations. And then, you can enjoy the narrated story, or you can come and chill and chat. And possibly play some games afterwards. So the first time I heard a Stanley Cup, I thought of the Stanley Cup as in the hockey thing. I'm like, I'm sure there's only one of them. Obviously they're fighting over it. It's hockey. But then I remembered it was the other Stanley. Yes, lemonade with honey would look like that. Fair enough, 9-7. Fair enough. I'd imagine that accounts for most of the hospital visits in the ER. The plan. Record, make money, make entertainment. Money and entertainment are equal. That's basically it. Good evening, Alpha Noob 79. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, Sin Cringe. Hope you're doing well. Psycho Sanity probably next week, but it'll also start off very slow. We'll probably be doing 10-minute stories per day instead of multiple stories, and we won't be doing series for a while. Unfortunately, T-Fonts comes first. Oof, lemon juice. Ugh. That'll make your ears pop. That's not good, so cringe. Alpha Noob, doing as well as I can be. We're getting there. I think Monday we're going to start dipping our toes back into narration. We're going to go with streaming this because, it's double dip. Entertainment, let's chat. Chit-chat. I also know that Let's Read, the channel, he does that. Seems to be successful. I think he's the only one who does it. So we'll see. But mine will probably be a daily thing. Also, today, I might actually become an affiliate of Twitch. I don't know what this means, but it keeps telling me that I'm going to become an affiliate. So I assume it's a good thing. I hope that means I can earn some money off the channel, but whatever. Not a problem, Psycho. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, sugar, sour bombs. Those things destroy my tongue. Oh. Yeah, I am. They definitely need some tending. Cool. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I'm never gonna decline extra money. Oh, the fish are fine. Although, to be honest, most of them have probably led their natural lives. There weren't any particularly long-living fish there, but they are at a friend's place. He has a bunch of animals. Been talking about starting up an aquarium for a long time, so with all the moving and stuff, I decided, I'd give him the fish. And they're probably better looked after. Well, at least leading a happy retirement, should I say. I'll have a look at that when I'm back to narrating lane. Or a slow AD. Nah. I find I chafe too much in bikinis. I avoid them. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure maybe they'll tell me when I become an affiliate. Because I know there's 2 stages. There's, 3 stages. The beginner phase, where you don't get anything. The affiliate, and then partner. But as far as I know, partners, you have to stream insane amounts of hours. And I think that it's exclusive content. But I'd have to check that out. Oiled up workout streams. I'd just be slipping on my ass the whole time if I was oiled up. It'd be like an ice skating ring. Except it's in the gym. Not good, said Cringe. Well, I maintain my beard once a week. That includes shaving. Thankfully, it's not too bad. It was a couple days ago. Well, you shouldn't be snorting it, so Cringe. That's definitely not the way to intake it. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I was like 7 years old, 8 years old. So we had Kool-Aid, basically. I'm sure you know Kool-Aid, the powder Kool-Aid. Drinker Pop. We have a version called Drinker Pop. So to freak somebody out, well, as boys being boys and being stupid, we dared each other to snort it. So I snorted it. And it was a cherry one. And never again. Just never again. But I ended up with this red, blood-like stuff coming down my nose, and friend freaked out. Completely freaked out. And that was just because it was cherry flavored. It wasn't actually because my nose was bleeding. Cats do love aquariums, just like we love microwaves. There's still some people that like to remind me that they missed the fish cam. Problem is, proving that the channel is not AI generated in any way, can't really use that as B-roll footage. Psycho Sanity, the loop is 700 stories long, so probably, I don't know, it'll be 100 hours-ish. And not nearly long enough. I need to add a lot more. The Peanut Gallery, thank you for the $10. It's much appreciated. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. I try to keep a decent community. I don't try to build a parasocial relationship, but, you know, touching base with the community, having a chat, I think that's appropriate. Ooh, came out the other side. That's got to burn. Probably. All the way back then is how I destroyed my vocal cords. Maybe try refreshing the page, Grey Ghost. KRM 1959. I'm doing okay. We're getting there. I mean, every day, voice is stronger. Doing more and more physio. Stretching the voice, the proverbial legs. Seeing what we can do. So, yeah, we're getting there. Trust me, it's a really bad idea to snort Kool-Aid or drink or pop. It's... Oh, And that probably definitely aided to my structural problems in my sinuses. I think if I told my ENT about that, he would just punch me in the face, just straight out. No questions asked. It is, Hodo. I mean, it's not the first time. When I blew out my voice the first time, a couple of years ago, I was doing silent streams because I needed to produce content to keep the channel going, and I couldn't talk. So I'd have music, I'd have this, and I would chat. I'd type in chat to people while playing a game. And there was only like 5, 6 people, not 47, 60 people. So it was a lot easier back then. But thankfully, I mean, I have not stopped talking since the operation. So from when I woke up, I could talk, and I haven't stopped. In fact, I was told not to stop. I'm glad that you enjoy the series channel, Tommy. Look, I mean, streaming is a separate set of skills to normal content. And it's normally like, well, I can make more content or I can stream. So I'm going to try and combine the two. I think this week I've gotten a bit better at streaming. I still look over here at my chat instead of over here at my camera. But, I mean, I could just move my chat over here. But I need to change the setup if I'm going to do more streaming. Yeah, horseradish and nose does not sound fun. Cheers, Psycho Sanity. Drive safe, and I hope you have a good evening. Sure, I can play all 4 of them at the same time. I love the things that people are like, no, just don't snort this, and just random thing. Yes, yes. Music suggestions. For stream or for personal consumption? The horseshoe crab. Trying to remember what the horseshoe crab looks like. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. It looks like the chrome dome of the Alien. Like somebody sliced the top part of the alien's head off. Xenomorph, just a... And that's a mullet. It's a xenomorph mullet. There we go. The horseshoe crab is a xenomorph mullet. By itself. I try to. Sometimes I do run out of time. R28 Camaro. I do try to make it easier on myself, but sometimes time constraints don't allow me. Oh, peanut gallery. So you mean like an AI story? Yeah, I've never really had a problem with the community, with the people. OVS, there were 2 stories that I've narrated like that. One was Retreat Hell, and the other one, which was Out of Space. But I've removed that from the channel because I wasn't happy with the quality, and the author went on a hiatus. I was just checking to see. It looks like the AI is cutting off the back of my head. What did I do just now? No, I haven't lost my mind. I had the AI confused earlier, where it recognized my hand as the foreground and me as the background. So all you would see is just this floating hand. But obviously, on stream live, it won't do it. That reminds me, what category are we in? Entertainment. Sure, entertainment's good. Just double checking the setting. Yep, and that's pretty much it. Insomnia plus anything equals extra work time. Well, while we chat, let me shrink myself. There we go. I haven't downloaded any of the DLCs for this game. I can barely get the game because I don't want to add to my cart. Andy Young, welcome. I hope you're having a good evening. Excuse me. So I don't know how long tonight's stream is, although I'm actually quite surprised at how well my voice is doing. Jeremy, not anymore. I mean, I played it when I was a teenager, but I haven't really played it since. I normally just play PC games. OVS, I have absolutely no idea. Someone in chat recommended it to me yesterday, and we didn't get time to play it, so we're playing it today. It is a dungeon RPG. Let me get the Steam page up. Good evening from Los Angeles, George. I hope you're doing well this evening, or afternoon for you. What am I doing? Steam. Let's go to the Steam page. What does the store page say? Right, salesman voice. We're gonna have to do this. Step into a wacky heroic fantasy universe of Dungeons of lead a team of unlikely clumsy heroes in an epic and challenging tactical RPG. Live an adventure filled with humor, surprises, and silly encounters. It is an RPG, turn-based tactics, adventure, turn-based as tags. I don't mind games that take a long time. What I do mind is games that have cutscenes that I can't escape from or skip, that I can't pause, and that, in theory, can't save. I mean, I played Project Zomboid, and that is disgustingly hard. Not hard, long to actually do. Well, it's really short in the beginning. It's like, I think it is a Diablo clone. Good evening, Carathius. Hope you're doing well. I have heard of Stellaris. I played it for about 20 minutes. Now, I've never really been a big fan of 4X games, whether they're space or otherwise. I should, in theory, be a fan of them, because I enjoy a lot. I mean, I used to enjoy real-time strategies and stuff, but I don't know. For some reason, I just can't get into them. Nice run. I always I either up the difficulty so hard that it's insane, or I put too many mods in that it's too easy. So well, the next milestone would be 250,000, I think. I'll consider that. That's very true, Ironside. Once you've got the basics, once you can survive 1 week and get past the helicopter event, you're pretty easy. It's not that difficult. Dire, it should be when I start recording again, but that will be in a month or two. First, once I get my strength back to record, we'll be doing Tifos and then re-Tifos. And once those are nicely done and the voice is happy, then we'll go back to Survivor's Dungeon, and then move over to Epic Loot. But I think we were pretty close to caught up there. Oh no? Well, I was recommended this game, so maybe a Frenchman recommended it to me. And the author normally takes quite a while to release, when they remember. They have forgotten for several months to release on Royal Road. They release on their Patreon. Yeah, I don't mind. Good night, Jeremy. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and dream of awesome things. See you next time. It depends on my mood, but mostly hard rock, metal, that sort of stuff. Well, I can understand that. I mean, you never know how the AI is going to act. But I mean, it's a fun side project. As long as you're enjoying it, doesn't matter. A game is meant to be fun. That's why I don't understand games that replicate work. Like, what was that one? Shopping assistant simulator. Retail simulator, whatever it was. That does not sound like fun to me, because I have been a retail person. I have played Oxygen Not Included. I didn't continue playing it. I couldn't tell you why. I think it was the art style that put me off. The same with Don't Starve. I played it for a while and then just couldn't get into it. So, like Project Zomboid, which is a game that I did get into. I've got about 800 hours in it. So Factorio, I have like 500 or 600 hours. Project Zomboid, we got 750 hours. Terraria on this specific account is 100 hours. So some games just click with me and I'll play them for a disgusting amount of hours. And other games just don't gel. So, yeah. Look, I played a lot of Terraria back when it first came out, and then I didn't play it for many years, and then the 60 hours was recently where I was like, hey, let me play Terraria. So I haven't played with any mods. Yes, I have gotten hundreds of hours for a game and not realized it. What was it? Pal World. Where is it? Pal World. 154 hours. And I haven't played since February 4th. So that was... However, from launch to February 4th, I put in 154 hours on Pal World. Look, I mean, streaming is very low entry these days. Most internet connections can handle the output, especially for Twitch. But you just got to understand that the numbers are not in your favor. To get 10 viewers puts you in the top 1% of streamers. So always remember that. So it is an achievement if you can get and maintain 10 viewers when you stream, but you must also remember it takes a while. I think the most difficult point in streaming is that to get to that 10 consistent streamers. Because up till then, you're talking to yourself. You're sitting here and you have to pretend that there is a chat, that people are talking to you, that people are asking you questions, so that you can be entertaining, so that when somebody comes in, they'll go, oh, I'm going to stay. But when you get to 10 or more, you have a chat. And chat, you can interact and have a chat, quite literally. So then you don't have to keep talking to yourself. Those are some serious numbers, old but not dead. Very much run. It's also why most streamers seem like they have verbal diarrhea. It's because of the starting part of it. Thankfully, I haven't... Well, I technically started off streaming, so I know that feeling very well. But these days, I've got enough people in chat that stuff's happening. I'm glad that it helps, George Mag 99. I'm glad that it helps. Well, we'll see. Like I said, streaming is its own set of skills, which are completely different. There is no overlap with my normal set of skills. The only overlap is being comfortable in front of this thing. This thing isn't gonna kill you. So a lot of people who are just starting off, they're very, what do you call it, stiff and tense. and you can hear it in the voices and the way they act. So becoming comfortable with the microphone, I think, is the one thing that is common between YouTube content and streaming. Well, it's my personal opinion. Very much, Peanut. Very much. Look, holding a conversation for 8 hours is not easy. Is it the most difficult thing in the world? No. But holding a conversation for 8 hours is still not easy. Clammy, it could be a good word for it. So, I mean, you can almost or immediately tell when somebody's new to streaming or new to making YouTube videos with how they talk and how they act. I was trying to think of a better word. That was why there was an awkward pause. Yeah, I mean, it's... People are like, well, don't you get nervous when you do this? I'm like, why? I'm talking to a camera. And that's really it. I have spoken in front of hundreds of people before, and there is no comparison. And there is still the stress that you're talking to people, but it's nowhere near as bad as talking to a hall full of people or a room full of people. That is a different thing. But again, the only way to get over that clamminess, that tension, is to do. Like with any skill, you just keep doing it until you're comfortable with it. Self-confidence is a part of it as well, but you're putting yourself in a situation that you're not used to, so you're normally going to be tense because of that. And then you've got the, oh my god, people are going to see me. And I'm in my room. I'm not wearing pants, but I've got a shirt on. Oh no, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I look the wrong way? What if I touch my nose? What if I pick my nose? Oh, no. And then eventually you go like, if I pick my nose, somebody will clip it. See, it's not also, that's very, very great English. It's not about just talking. You need to be engaging. So, we're not playing the game. Let's go back to Jumbo Size Me. Seeing as we're not playing a game, we're just chatting, which is fine. This is what this is all about. Good evening, Effa. Hope you're doing well. So... somebody did a study, we'll call it, of the top streamers. And they're talking about something new and engaging with something every 6 seconds. And that's the trick. So you could be talking about inane, obscure trivia, which could be interesting. But if I pop into your stream halfway through a fact, am I going to stay around and listen to that? And that's the problem. So you need to be kind of doing something and engaging the audience in a way that a new person coming into the stream will be like, oh, what are they talking about? Sounds interesting. Let me stay. And that is a trick that is very difficult to learn. I'm not saying that I know this trick. I'm just talking. Renegade, you can always choose to get some certifications, some free certifications. I'm not trying to be preachy or anything. I'm as bad, like exercise. I'm like, well, sitting here playing Project Zomboid, I could be exercising, lose some of these extra pounds that I've got, kilograms or whatever you want. But you can do that now. If you don't want to spend as much time playing games and you want to get some stuff done in real world, you can do that. It's within your grasp. You've got a computer or a platform or a phone platform. PlayStation is what I wanted to say. And you can go get certified. Watch Udemy or what's the other one? There's several. And improve yourself. But there is also a self-improvement loop that is an addiction. Well, an obsession rather than an addiction. So that's also a thing. It's never too old. I started this channel when I was 39 years old, 38 years old. I was unemployed. I was 38. And I started this channel. Now, this is survivor bias because I succeeded. I do not regret trying it, and it worked. Josh Strife Hayes is a YouTuber, and he had this thing where he was discussing success. And it's like, success is just fucking up until you don't. And that's very true. Alpha Noob, it's the same with any skill. When you start it, you're stiff, you're tense. And as you practice that skill, you get more skillful. And you get more comfortable with the skill. So, you get loosen up. You can do more stuff. Grim, the only way to get over listening to yourself is to listen to yourself and get over it. I wish there was an easier way to say that. I'm a narrator. I can listen to my voice. I'm not happy about listening to my voice. But having the immediate feedback in my ears has made it a more common thing. That I'm used to let's call it the other voice. Because the voice that you hear is through the bones in your face and your eardrums. That's why a recording of your voice sounds different to what you think your voice sounds like. Having direct feedback gives you what other people hear more than what you hear. So that helped me get over it, was the immediate feedback. The African rain frog. Oh, this little bad boy. I've seen these before. Looks constipated. Now, the trick is, of course, what are we doing? We're going over here. We're changing this to this. So we're looking at this thing, the African rain frog. It looks like a pug. If a pug had just, eaten enough to use up all the spare skin. That's what it looks like. Looks unhappy, looks pissed. But if I looked like that, I would look pissed too. Boots, Hockley. It's the same with any skill. There is nuance in every skill. The more you practice, the more there is to learn. Fair enough, Renegade, and it's awesome. Unfortunately, I have to sit down to stream because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to hear me out of breath walking around. Yeah, I don't know how difficult that is. I think they just have very scatterbrained and their thoughts are very surface level that they voice. I don't know. But there are some big streamers that don't do that. Look at Pirate Software, the YouTuber and Twitch streamer. He doesn't do that, but he gets decent views. So, I don't know. I'm currently 41, if that helps. It's a cringe. That is a very good line. Why do we fall down the sun? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. It's perfect. Thank you, Alpha Dude. But it was still a learning experience. I came into this with no training. And was all on the fly, on the internet. So sort of jumping into the lion's den. Lots of crappy comments and high criticism. But I let that forge me into the narrator I am today. Certified agronoises all the time, yes. Yes, pug pulled tight. That's if you filled a pug with, you shaved the pug. You need to shave the pug first. And then you fill it up with helium. This is what the pug would look like. I'm not surprised with a pack of hot dogs every day. That's going to make a human fat, probably, let alone a little dog. Yes, chubby pug frog. I think that's what we call it from now on. I think being genuine helps, especially with talking to the chat. But I'm on camera. I'm being recorded. This is not me. This is just me being recorded. So it doesn't matter how relaxed you are in front of a camera. You're always different when you know you're being observed. This is a scientifically proven blah 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 blah. So they did a study about how people reacted when they didn't know that they were being observed, and when they did know they were being observed. The same people acted differently. So do we. So, like, I'm not going to pick my nose. Look, I might pick my nose when I'm not on stream, or blow my nose really loudly randomly, but I'm on stream, so we're not going to do that. So it's very subtle things like that. It very depends on what type of hot dogs are, and I suppose it's mostly protein. Also, how active you are is the big thing. Pug frog. Cool. Oh, sorry, somebody just sent emotes on Twitch of a pug and a frog, which makes sense. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I can understand that. Carbs being heavier. OVS, I don't like story-rich games on a general basis. I like games where I can do the thing. Whatever the game is, I want to do that thing. I don't want to do a story. So I don't do visual novels. I don't do story-rich games, unless there's good mechanics. This is a hang-up I've always had. If I want to read a story, I'll read a book. If I want to play a game, I play a game. Now, I'm not saying that games can't be art, can't be entertaining, can't tell a good story, but that's not why I play games. I play games to shoot people in the face with big guns. Or some equivalent. I think there's a bit of a myth that if you do something you enjoy, you never work. Work is still work. You know, it's the difference between doing something because you want to do something and doing something because you have to do something. And it might sound subtle, but it is a very big difference. That means that some days you're going to do something you don't want to do. You're not feeling well? Tough titties. You gotta do the stream. So there's that. It makes it easier if you enjoy the job, but it's still a job. There's highs and lows. To me, any job where you have more good or neutral days than bad days, that's a good job. I don't think there is a single job in the world that has no bad days. You can do that. I mean, changing a channel direction is very difficult. So also starting a new channel is also very difficult, but it's probably easier to split it up interest-wise. That's why I've split up TFOS and series, so that people can choose and they're not going to be inundated with notifications for something that they may not be interested in. Okay, that sounds interesting, OVS. Look, you're still an entertainer, whether you're a streamer, whether you're a YouTuber, or an actor, or whatever. I don't think any of these people should be put up on the podium, but you're still working. That might be fun work. Might be entertaining. Might be easy work compared to back-breaking labor. Still work. I mean, people compare streaming to like being a construction worker and something. And they point to like, it's a big difference. And you go, okay, fair enough. But streaming is more like an office job than it is a trade. And as an office job, it does share quite a lot of similarities with office jobs. Yeah, as long as you're not even fun, Alpha Noob. As long as most days are okay. And you have good days and okay days. And then occasionally a bad day. And then I'd say that's a good job. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the core audience. So me narrating for my core audience would be a better decision for streaming than playing games or random trivia about frogs. So yeah, I mean, burnout's a thing. It's real. I've been through it several times in my life. I've been through it a couple times with this channel. Good evening, Catalina. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. So, I mean, this is the way I've said it before to somebody. Like, you do back-breaking labor, you end up with a sore back. I do narration as work, and I end up with a sore voice as a result. Still work, still does its thing. Trust me, I've been a laborer. I've been a construction worker. I've worked in an office, and I've worked in corporate. There's still jobs. They're different types of jobs. They wear on different parts of your body, your mind. Still a job. Sometimes being a laborer is fun because you don't really have to do much shit eating like you would in a corporate environment. You just move objects from one point to another, or take a wall down, or put a wall up. But when you work in an office, you don't have to do that, but you do have to eat shit. Narrate you playing games about frogs. I know this is going to be a very scary question, but I don't think there are many games about frogs, are there? Oh, if it's what... sure, I did it in my 20s. It teaches you a bunch of stuff. It pays the bills. I remember when I was 19. No? 20. I had an idea for a business, and I had a friend who had a contact that would like to invest into startup businesses. And I went to him with my friend with our ridiculous, today I know how bad it was, business plan. It was a horrible business plan. I wouldn't invest in that, and I came up with it. But I went there and I spoke to him, and he's like, okay, what's your history? What's that? And he says, look, I said, I work labor and all of that. He says, look, some days I envy you, because at the end of the day, you can see with your own eyes what you've achieved through the day. But working this side of the table, you can't. And that leaves an unfulfilled hole. Whereas standing back and seeing something completed somehow has this deep-seated dopamine hit, basically. As for working construction, there's nothing wrong with it. If you need some money and you've got a place to go, sure. It looks good on your resume later in life. It shows that you're willing to work. Well, that's the same with any content F-up. Some people resonate with content, some people don't. It's the same with my narrations. Not everybody likes my narration style, and that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that. That is actually very normal. And you got to accept that. It's not great sometimes when what people say, but, learning that just because you put out content doesn't mean everybody has to like that content. As long as you find your audience. Somebody actually emailed me a week ago, 2 weeks ago. They said, how do I start? What do I do? This is what I want to do. And I said, look, I don't know what you want to do. I don't understand it. I can't even remember what it was. But as a starting content creator, your first job is finding your audience. You have to find your audience. You can't let an algorithm find your audience, because the algorithm doesn't know anything about you, because you're a new content creator. It doesn't know what content you make, and it doesn't know what audience to put that content in front of. So you need to go find where you think your audience is and drag them, kicking and screaming, to your content. And those that stick around will tell the algorithm, like, oh, these people, these sorts of people here like this content, and then they'll push it out. So the onus is on you in the beginning. I've heard a lot of people start content creation, and that's it. That to them is the only part of the job, is sitting in front of a camera and doing a thing. There is if you are not willing to find your audience, why should they be willing to watch your content? That's the way I've always looked for it. So in the beginning of my channel, for 2 hours a day, I'd be posting in all sorts of places, trying to get people to start watching the channel. Didn't rely on an algorithm, didn't do anything like that. Now, these days, I don't do that, because the algorithm knows. I've released enough content, I've got enough subscribers that I don't have to do that part of the job. But it is part of the job when you start. Catalina, HFY is basically just human propaganda. It's kind of the point of the HFY genre. Yes, very much, Lane. That's very interesting, Alpha Noob. Very much over, yes. I mean, we talk about AIs today, but these things have been around for a very long time. They used to be called machine learning, because AI was a bad word. It had image problems due to certain Terminator movies. So they called it stuff like neural networking or machine learning. So the algorithm is just that. It is an AI model that learns, and you need to feed it stuff to learn. But if you don't, it'll try, and it might succeed sometimes. But I think more important than learning how to make a clickbait thumbnail or clickbait title or anything like that is finding people that will enjoy your content and saying, hey guys, here's some content. Have a look. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And you start building up an audience. I could understand that. I mean, programming in general is very mentally taxing. I'm not one to say what is and isn't HFY. I leave that up to the mods of the HFY subreddit. But some of the stories are kind of like, well, it's not really HFY, it's just science fiction. I don't have a problem with it, but it is what it is. That's good, Bernard. Writing stories is a nice way to pass the time. Sure. The current AI is much more advanced, but what I'm saying is the progenitors to today's AI has been around for a very long time by other names, machine learning and neural networks being the two. So they all work off of large data models to give out specific outputs, which is basically all AI is. Now, putting no input into an algorithm and expecting an output, it's like putting nothing into a meat grinder and expecting sausage. That sounds very provocative, Catalina. Look, I have no complaints about the HFY subreddit. So, I have mentioned this before. I have started the process of creating my own website for hosting stories. And this will not just be HFY, it'll be whatever genre. So that is in the works. So hopefully within the next couple months, we can get a beta going for that, and we'll see where that takes us. It's also not limited specifically to me. It's not going to be like my personal website. It'll be Royal Road for science fiction and one-shots, basically. Bernard, I think it depends. If you're a digital artist, maybe. If you are a physical artist, probably not. I wish I had better information than that. There'll always be new tools coming in and making things difficult for everybody. And the only thing you can do is roll with it. Find a way to produce your digital art in such a way that AI can't do. Favorite FPS? Doom would probably be it. Very true, Catalina. That's why you need to go find your audience. It'll probably happen. Now, there are lots of things that I do to try make myself different, or prove that I'm not AI or using AI, because my channel was made in spite of TTS channels. So that's why there was the face reveal. That's why I do multiple voices. That's why I do body language, just to convey the personality of a human in my stories. No, I'm not making a website to replace HFY. I'm just making it as a place as an instead of, or in junction with. Fair enough, Grim, fair enough. I've never, I'm a good example of the opposite. I would never, until I started doing this, have thought that I would enjoy narrating. I never thought that I would be good at it, until I tried it. So if I only ever tried things that I was good at and enjoyed, I would never be a narrator. I wish I could give you some words of encouragement, Bernard, but I don't know where it's going. I don't know where the limit is. I don't know how it's going to affect things. Same with the audio AI stuff. I mean, Amazon's already producing most of their books using audio AI, so it's cutting out a lot of narrators. But to be fair, the people that are using that sort of AI can't afford narrators. I have tried what do they call it? Boomer shooters. So I've tried a couple of them. Problem is, work normally gets in the way. Toucans. The only thing I think about when I think of toucans is Fruit Loops. That is it. That is my only opinion. It was my favorite cereal as a kid. Well, the picture, my thumbnail is me wearing my glasses wrong. I'm wearing my glasses like this in the picture, in my thumbnail, which is not the right way to wear glasses, so I seem to be doing it wrong. Fair enough, Catalina. I mean, that was a good story. I've worked a 12-hour job. I've worked a 16-hour job. Hell, I have worked a 96-hour job. So when I worked in a corporate environment, we would do these launches for software. And one of the launches went very badly. And I didn't leave the office for 5 days. I slept on the floor under my table. And I slept for about 2 to 3 hours a day. And then I worked every other hour for 5 days. That was rough. Cornflakes aren't bad. Look, I think anything taken to its logical conclusion will be indecipherable from reality. So, deepfakes visually, deepfakes audio, pictures, all of that stuff. If AI gets advanced enough, you will not be able to tell the difference. What this means for people in these spaces, don't know. I've done everything I can to prove that I am a human, or as humanish as I can. And we just keep going, doing our stuff. Yeah, I've driven home after a 48-hour workday. That, on a motorbike, that was dangerous. I was doing the nod while driving a motorbike. Now, it scares the crap out of me. Back then, I was like, I don't want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. Hand shoes and horse grenades? I think it can, eventually. But then again, eventually, I also think that it can get sentient. So, it'll be as creative as you and I. Seldom, I do not read for pleasure anymore. See, this is the downside of a job. When I finish my workday, I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to talk anymore. But, my favorite author, pre-narration, was Terry Pratchett, J.R. Tolkien, Douglas Adams, that sort of thing. I'm glad you're doing well, cousin. I'm doing as well as I can be. Well, as foolish as they may be, fellow humans like that there is a human doing the talking. I do listen to some podcasts, some visual content, but I don't listen to like narration content. It'll be like a 3-hour. What did I watch the other day? Can't remember. That's how bad it was. Oh, I've been watching the Creepcast thing. That's okay. It passes the time. With, what's that, Meat Canyon and Wendigoon. But when I'm watching YouTube content, it's normally like maker stuff or game stuff. So, we made this thing or we play this game. Fair enough, Alpha Noob. That is the only flat earth that counts. So, for a very long time, for years, I'm kind of getting out of this now, but for years, after the workday, I would sit with nothing, no audio, no music playing, no videos playing, and I would sit and play on a game, muted, in a dark room. And my wife was just like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm tired of light. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of reading. I just want to sit here, listen to nothing, and then relax. So that was it for a very long time. Also didn't really get much time to relax. So now I'm starting to, read again, play games again. For 4 years, I didn't play a single game. 3 years. Didn't get a chance, didn't have time. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous, but your ears get tired. Same as any other muscle. And it's a concentration thing, it's not a physical thing. Where you're hyper-focusing on what you say for several hours at a time. And then you just get to a point where it's like, I want shh, that's all I want. I want shh, no noise, I'll just sit here in quiet. No headphones on, nothing playing through speakers. But then, it was about 2 years ago, 18 months ago, I started going out on a Friday evening to play Magic the Gathering. First time since I was a teen. And that's helped. It's getting out the house, it's talking with people, it's all of that stuff. Yes, I do have to do some reading, but, it helps. And then slowly, over time, now, I'm starting to play games again. I'm starting to relax and read some stuff. So maybe I'll get back into reading some newer books that have been released. What are we at? We're almost at 60. 55, 58 people watching. It's amazing how Twitter changes. Yesterday we had 10 people watching on Twitter. Today we have 3. That's pretty common. Guys, and cringe. The severity does change, but if you go out to like the middle of nowhere where there's no sound, your ears start ringing because they are not used to no sound. I read the first 3 novels of the Bobaverse, and then I just lost interest. It's an interesting story. I really like book 1, but by the 3rd or 4th book, it was kind of to me. I have heard of Warhammer 40k. I do not know any of the lore. I have not read any of the books. I have not played the tabletop version. I have played some of the computer games. So, I mean, I wasn't sitting in absolutely no sound. I was sitting in ambient sound. So my ears weren't doing funny things like that. But because I'm in a sound deadened room, you can't actually see it. Can't show it. Anyway, because I'm in a sound deadened room, the moment you walk into my room, your ears do a little double take because the sound doesn't bounce like it's supposed to. And it feels weird. So it takes a bit of time to get used to. I don't believe so, Peanut Gallery. I'm not planning on it, Lane. I'm not planning on it. Ooh. Sorry, there was a hair on my mic that was tickling my nose. So not only does my lip tickle my nose, now my microphone is joined in on the battle against my poor nose. I'm fine. I was actually quite surprised about how well my voice was doing. It was a bit strained this morning. It was a bit gravelly, but not sore. So that's good. No pain is good. I don't think I would narrate again tonight. Just because of the strain, but it does show that the voice has definitely strengthened since the physio. Yeah, well, I mean, last night's narration was less than a day's work for me. By a quarter. So that was probably equivalent to 25% of a normal day of recording that I do 6 days a week. Roughly. But until my voice is proven that it can do that, I'm not going to push it that far yet. But at least we know it can do some narration. That's why from Monday I'll start narrating again. Unless there's any other big incidents. Or Sunday. Sunday's my start day. Sunday is my Monday. Because I take Saturday off. Because I play Magic the Gathering until like 12 o'clock on a Friday. So Saturday is my day off for recording. And then Sunday I start recording again. So probably do a narration stream on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Sin cringe, I try to not overwork it, but you still do need to work it. It's still a muscle. It's still several sets of muscles, so it does need to be worked. The physio helps to a degree, but I do still need to start doing specific stuff to get it ready for narrations. Fair enough, Eva. That's not a bad approach. No one knows anything, and anybody claiming that they do know everything is probably trying to sell you something. Look here, I have this course for you. Yes, you can send money now, and I'll tell you how to do it. No, I go to an LGS and I play Commander. So actually physically leaving the house, going and playing Commander. Yeah, I started playing originally 4th edition / Ice Age. That's when I first started playing. Well, I try to sleep with no lights on, but there are still electronic lights on all the time. So the security panel, for some reason in this house, is in the bedroom. And you can't dim the light on that. So there's a bright blue light all the time for the security panel. And then we have a humidifier next to the bed. Also generates a little bit of light. It doesn't really bug me. The light doesn't really stop me from sleeping. Alpha Noob, I'm gonna say it's 10 o'clock in the morning, GMT +2. So, yeah, that'll probably be the time. I'll try and set up a schedule. I don't know whether that'll work. So, for some reason, I can't do it with the restream.io. But Sunday, 10 o'clock, GMT +2. We'll start doing narration streams and chat streams. So I'll do a short narration and then we'll do this, basically. Of course I won't, Grim. My voice is my profession. It puts a roof over my head and puts food on the table. So I'm not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize it. But I do need to start getting back to work sooner rather than later. Fair enough. I mean, when I first started, you could still buy Fallen Empires booster packs. Not revised, that was completely gone. But being in South Africa, we didn't have much in the way of sellers. Unfortunately, I didn't have many of the cards from back then. Thank you, Theldum, for the kind words, and I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Not a problem, Alpha Noob. You can always catch one of the VODs. Or the story. So there'll probably be a story on Sunday night released. So I'm basing it on, last night I did a 3-hour stream with a 45-minute narration. My voice was, I'd say 80% when I woke up this morning, so doing a 10-minute story with the narration plus a little bit of extra streaming probably be equivalent. So that's my thought process around that. So when I first started, when first Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon came out, I didn't have enough money for all three, so I just played Magic the Gathering. Yeah, but I do need to see the screen because it tells me zone violations in the security system, so it is what it is. That is funny. You, my friend, are a pot of greed, a bottomless black hole of taking. I shall end this conversation, turn swiftly and walk away like I'm an intellectual, and leave everybody confused. Yeah, they have Pokemon at the LGS on Fridays as well. Look, I play Magic primarily to get out the house. When you work at home, you need an excuse to go out. So that's my excuse to go out. Not become a hermit. Sure, it happens. But at some point, I have to get up and do work stuff. Thankfully, I'm a pretty light sleeper. Well, once I'm up, I'm up. So, I'll wake up and that's it, I'm awake. There's a Pokemon online thing which has got all the same cards from Pokemon real life stuff, which I hear is pretty good. Cheers, Seldom. Have a good one. Hope the doctor's appointment goes well. Just confuse the crap out of your admins. Just Google random stuff. How do I do blah, 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 blah. Not illegal, but just highly questionable. An hour and 40 minutes, and we haven't even started the game. New game. I don't know what this is. Mode Tavern Song. A tavern song narrating the perilous... Yeah, that'll definitely get your admin's attention. Peregrinations of an adventuring party, not quite like the others. The basic difficulty upon which others are built. For those who enjoy tactical RPGs for the first playthrough, or for beginners looking for a tactical challenge. No, there's a card game. It's on the phone as well. My wife plays it. That's why I know. It is called... a second... Pokemon Live. So when you buy a booster pack of Pokemon, it comes with a card that has a number on it, a serial number. If you go to Pokemon TCG Live, you scan that barcode in, you will get a free booster pack on TCG Live, Pokemon Live. As far as I understand. I could be wrong, but that's the way I understand it. She understands why I'm doing it. She's been pretty supportive through this whole thing. There is a deal in place, and that deal is quite simple. We eat dinner together at the dinner table. Regardless of what's happening in life, we sit at the dinner table and we eat together. And we have a chat when we eat. That was the rule when we started this, or when I started this YouTube channel. So when I was working 16 hours a day, an hour of that day was set aside for my wife, not the working part. This ate into my sleeping part. I would sit with my wife, and we'd eat dinner, and we'd have a conversation. So, I mean, she understands. She's been very, very, very supportive of this whole thing. Okay. Play. Play.
You shall not pass.
That's for the undead.
First chapter. A
First
feeling of deja
chapter.
vu. The party advances. A steely-eyed ranger, a brutal barbarian, a ruthless ogre, a wizardess with fiery hair, an agile elf, a wily thief, a dwarf. Well, you know, just a dwarf. Together, they have just crossed into the terrible dungeon of
This reminds me of, hold that thought. There's a
Great home about it.
Don't know what we'll find inside here, but it stinks.
That's easy. The ogre just took a dump 5 feet from the door.
I've got a strange feeling of deja vu.
The ogre shit.
Have you been here before?
I feel like I'd know if I had.
Probably not.
Okay, so there's a YouTube video. Let me just do a quick search so I can tell you the exact name. I might even link it, so I can do this stuff. You. This is a narrator YouTube video. I don't want to play it on the stream because that'll be copyright infringement. YouTube. Spelled correctly. YouTube. Just horribly spelled an entire sentence. Just trying to make sure it's the right one.
Waiting here cannot bring us to harm. Let's enjoy this
Oh,
moment.
shush. I'm busy. Yes. This is the one. All right. So, if you get a spare moment and you want to watch something funny, very narrator related, go have a look at that. I'll wait. In the meantime, I will click some buttons. Move party around is easy, just click anywhere on the ground with a... Oh. Cool.
Halt! You arrived at a junction and must face 3 choices.
All those doors are closed and blocked off by a strange glowing seal.
Weird. And I'm having another deja vu.
Oh, shiny, pretty.
Oh, my head. And fucking more. Where are
Whoop. Okay. Swear words.
you? Dwarf! Elf! Dang it.
Is there a
You
way
don't
to
get
turn
lost
off
with
the
me?
swear words?
What's that noise?
Right. Let's go into settings. Profanity. Profanity. Game settings. Parental controls? I don't know whether these guys are here. Nope. Nope. Well, I personally don't mind swearing at all. YouTube and Twitch get a bit iffy about it. Keyboard graphics game. Mm-hmm. What is it, my pooch? What do you want? You've got food. You don't want to say it. My dog's here busy booping my leg. But he does want to get picked up. He wants something. I don't know, a treat. What do you want? Yes, the pupper is talking to me by bumping into my leg with his cold nose. Right into the crook of my knee. Okay, close up camera, combat. I'm not seeing. You wanna? No. You want something else. Okay, let me just go check to make sure that this demented dog has food, which I'm sure it does. Maybe it did something ridiculous, like ate it. And then when we come back, I can figure out how to turn off the swearing. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Dish. Okay, back. No idea what the dog wanted. Had food, opened the door, didn't want to go out for a pee. I think he was just saying hello. Right, so yeah, probably turning audio off would be the best voice. But then we don't hear the jokes. Confirm changes, back. Okay. Find members of the party. Cool. Dogs will be dogs. Fair enough. Although he didn't want to be picked up. So. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. I think he's a cat sometimes. What are we doing? Every character has 2 action points. They can perform an action and move once per turn. They can also move further by using both action points, sacrificing their action. This is sprinting. Orders, not a problem. This means you can move and then attack, or then the opposite. Be careful. Some actions will end your turn, even if your character still has points. Problem is, I would actually get, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to, that would be complicated. That would be complicated. Could be done, but I mean, just turning off the audio is an easier one. Right, confirm. So we can move. We can attack. Swing. Okay. Status, which can affect characters and their durations. You can also check this box and dodge value, blah, 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 blah. Don't care, I'll figure it out. Or I will ignore it until it's a problem, and then I'll Google it. That is the way. KO! See, now I have to do all the talking. Before I had the game doing at least some of the talking. So. There is that. Skip. But I don't think I'll be on for too much longer. Voice is a bit gravelly. It's not great. It's not bad. Where are we at? Almost 2 hours. What do we want? Select the elf. Okay. Elf. The ranger? He's a ranger? Okay. Doesn't look like a ranger to me. Yeah, I mean, we spend most of the time speaking. Actually, yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night. Before we get into the game. Right, let's go. Dish. We shall end the same way we spend most of this stream, which is just a nice little chat. A little bitty chat. Okay, so tomorrow there's not going to be a stream. Yeah, I mean, we can give it a go on Saturday, maybe. So tomorrow is Magic the Gathering, so I'm not going to be streaming. I'll be going outside with real humans, playing with cardboard. We'll be back on Saturday, maybe. But Sunday we'll definitely start with a narration stream, I think. And it's Easter weekend, I think. Yes, it's Easter weekend, so I hope everybody has a fantastic Easter weekend. It's my wedding anniversary soon. On Monday, in fact. So don't overdose on chocolates. I don't think that's possible, but when you hit coma from diabetes... Yes. My wedding anniversary is April Fool's. My wife should never have asked me for the date of our wedding. yeah, so we'll be back Saturday, do something. And then Sunday will be a narration stream, I think. I think that sounds good. Not sure. Well, for the 11 people watching on Twitch, well, for everybody, what category am I streaming my narration streams to? I'm guessing it would be just chatting. Would make sense. But I don't know the categories on Twitch all that well. It's not ASMR, because what I do is not ASMR. I don't do this. Barely talking to the microphone. Barely human mumble. I talk clearly, so I don't consider it ASMR. Okay. Buddy's had enough. For some reason. Yes, I could move further from the mic. It's one of them things. Look, I mean, some people like massage, it drives other people up the wall. Some people like ASMR, it drives other people up the wall. Yeah, those are the tags on the stream. But as far as I can tell, the category, I am on just chatting at the moment. I don't know, I've been told very, very specifically that my content is not ASMR. Very true. It's definitely nice to not have a stone in your kidney. I'm looking at my side of the thing. I don't know how you would tell from the user side. Let me have a look. So the category is like all the different categories when you move in. Oh, there we go. So just under the title, it's the title's Recovery Day 10. Just under that it says just chatting, right before the tags, and the tags are narrator, voice actor, English story time, chatting live, and question and answers. So it's the clickable link just under the title and before the tags. So I think I'll leave the settings as is for the narration stream. I could do lots of things and call it that, but I'm probably not going to do any of that. If it were that easy, there would be a million channels doing ASMR. Alright, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow. Lots of chocolate, lots of Easter fun, whatever it is. If you're not celebrating Easter, it doesn't mean you can't eat chocolate. You just eat chocolate. If you're an adult, you're allowed to do that. You don't need anyone's permission. It's probably not advisable to do it every day, but you can have chocolate. Then I'll see you on Saturday, unless I happen to eat myself into a diabetic coma from all the chocolate, which is a possibility, because I like chocolate. So, yes. I'll see you Saturday, or Sunday. Probably Saturday. I need to be more tough on my time, rather than being vague. I'll definitely see you on Saturday. I hope you all have a fantastic one. Thank you, Harold. I'll definitely try my best with the cardboard crack. Fair enough, F up. But I do know you can be banned if you're in the wrong category, I think. I don't know. So, I would love to be in a more unique one, but I don't think there's a category for narrating and voice acting. Those are tags on my channel, but there's no category for it. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is a learning experience for everyone. Yeah. Now, for the last time, goodbye.